course, is full of achievements to his country and other countries. In Bahrain, we have many health centers, schools that were built by sponsorship of Kuwait. The title that is given to Sheikh Sabah al-Ahmed, the Emir of Humanity, is given to him by his nation when he reacted spontaneously to the incident happened in 2015 or 16, as I remember, when a bomber bombed a mosque in Ramadan and killed people who were praying in the mosque. Well, Sheikh Sabah fast reaction to the incident by going there without any guards, without any official arrangements, and his famous words that everyone remembers and is still in their minds: "These are my sons." People still remember him with these words, and our deep condolences to our brothers and sisters in Kuwait for the loss of Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah al-Ahmed, and our condolences to our brother from Kuwait, Toastmaster Nasser Assad. Also, we'd like to express our condolences to Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser for the loss of his uncle, and Toastmaster Atom for the loss of her mother. May Allah rest their souls in peace, and may we have a moment of silence on their souls. Yes. Okay. So before we go through our meeting, I'd like to have the word of the day from our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Nasser Assad.
Good morning to you all. Thank you very much for your warm words, Madam President. Fellow Toastmasters, brothers, sisters, and guests. Our word of the day is delight. Delight is the sign of happiness. It's when you want to send your gratitude to a person, you just say, "I'm very delighted." Or you say, if you want to express the signs of happiness, you say, "I'm very delighted." Or if you want to, for example, to motivate somebody and telling him that you will be happy or you will be delightful if you have done this and that and so. So delight is the word of the day, happiness, and may God the Almighty grant you all happiness in this life and afterwards. And many condolences to my brothers and sisters, and thank you very much for your warm words, Madam President. And back to the word is back to you. I encourage you that to incorporate the word delight in your speeches. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nasser Assad. Before we go through the meeting, we have guests and we'd like to know more about them. Zuhair Mirza, Toastmaster Zuhair Mirza, can you introduce yourself, please? Okay, we have another one.
Morning, everybody, Toastmaster.
Good morning.
I am Zuhair Mirza. from Chief Toastmaster. How are you?
We are good, and we are happy to have you in our meeting as well.
Inshallah.
Okay. And Yusuf Jabir, can you introduce yourself? Can you say something? Fatma Fardan. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Fellow Toastmaster, dear guests, myself, good morning. I'm a regular guest nowadays. I'm trying to see how far Sanabis Toastmaster gone without me in terms of skills. So I'm joining again here, and I'm looking forward to become a member again after this COVID-19 issue disappear.
Inshallah, and we are looking forward to see you again in our meetings. Hussein Mansour, hello, good morning.
Good morning all. Thank you.
So I think we have you in our meetings before. Can you say your opinion about our meetings and what do you look forward?
Yeah, you mean your question is many-parted. So for me, my pleasure to attend on a Friday meeting. Nobody getting up and coming for a Friday meeting, and so my ambition is very well, and hopefully next year, 3 years, 4 years, inshallah, continue with you.
This is a very positive opinion. We like it, and thank you very much. I think we don't have any other guests, so well, today we have Toastmaster Jabbar. Hello, good morning. Yes, it's a long time since we've seen you. Can you say something, Toastmaster Jabbar Rashid? You are muted.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for calling me. Thank you very much. It's a great opportunity to be back in Sanabis, lovely Sanabis Toastmaster Club. And I think so that I am lucky to be with you again. Inshallah, I hope so that I make it every week with the
Inshallah.
God, inshallah. Yeah, I really, we miss you last meeting, Toastmaster Fadda.
Yeah, I was sick.
Yeah, wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and hope that I can gain any good information about today's meeting. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm so glad to see you, Toastmaster Jabbar Rashid, again. I still remember you. I can say you are my first teacher in Toastmaster. When I joined Sanabis Toastmaster Club, you were the president or the VPE, but you encouraged me and pushed me to present projects, finish my projects, have roles. So I still remember your positive words, your encouraging words.
Thank you very much.
And I can say you are my first teacher in Toastmasters.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster. I learned also from you a lot. From you, from Vivek, from Toastmaster Fatma Al-Fardan, from Toastmaster Muhammad Abdel Nabi, from Toastmaster Muhsin, from Ahmed Abdurrahman. Everybody I learned a lot from you. Mahmoud Jalal. I cannot name them all, but really it was good journey for me in Toastmaster. And to be frank with you, still I am making some presentation, and still I'm keeping remembering the Toastmaster meeting. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I wish you all the best.
And we hope to see you again and again in Sanabis Toastmaster Club. Well, it's your club, and you are one of the founders of Sanabis Toastmaster Club. So we are one family in the beginning and in the end.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Well, Our master of ceremonies today is a mother, is a teacher. She is always smiling, and she is a gallant knight. Well, I still remember her first speech, A Gallant Knight, which was very amazing. She did very well, and she amazed us with her performance on that first speech. Today, she is the master of ceremonies, and she is bringing a topic, keep smiling. Help me welcoming Toastmaster Zahra Jaafar. Toastmaster Zahra.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Mr. President.
That was your applause song. Now you can continue.
Mr. President, fellow members, and dear guests. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Smiling. Keep smiling, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Keep smiling, and be thankful for the little things. The sun is shining. In the morning, I get out of bed. Today, we're gonna talk about smiling and keep smiling every day. Muhammad Abdul Nabis, only first slide. Keep it in the first slide. Okay. Peace begin with a smile. Smile at stranger, and you just may change a life. When you smile at strangers, and you just might change a life. Because of your smile, you make life more beautiful. I am Zahra Jaafar, the Toastmaster of today, of Sanabis Toastmaster Club. I will be responsible for managing the meeting number 380. I will coordinate the various sessions and ensure that the meeting starts and ends on time. Next slide. Muhammad? Yes. This is the agenda. Muhammad, is there any changes in the agenda?
No, Muhammad al-Nabi, please, could you come back, comment?
Muhammad?
Good morning, Toastmaster Zahra.
Good morning to you.
Toastmaster Atung will be out of evaluation.
Okay.
Toastmaster Isa Ghanim, the counter, will be replaced with Toastmaster Jaafar Abdullah. And for a new member who wants also to try evaluation, to practice evaluation, the floor is open for 1 or 2 more members to practice evaluation, because the session today is for practicing. So any member, especially the new one, want to practice, and any member also want to join and gain more experience, he can try evaluation. Just inform me on chat and you will be in. I inform Toastmaster Ahmed because he will lead the session, and all other is okay. Back to you, Toastmaster.
So only for our counter, he will be Jaafar Abdullah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Before starting our meeting, allow me to brief about Toastmaster movement in the world and in Bahrain. In 1924, in California, Toastmaster International has developed by Dr. Ralph Smedley to become a world leader in helping people become more competent and comfortable in front of an audience. It's a non-profit organization offering enjoyable way to practice the communication and leadership skills. The worldwide movement reached Bahrain in 1964. Sanabis Toastmaster Club was established in 2013 by DTM Mohsen Al-Habbas. To ensure our run of the meeting, I'll have a functionary team to help me. To give all speakers an awareness of long pauses, fillers, and unnecessary words, usage of words, and repetition word, let me welcome the counter. Please help me welcome the counter for today's meeting. Toastmaster Jaafar Ibrahim Abdullah. Jaafar Abdullah.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, good morning. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words, including and, will, but, so, you know, and sometimes Arabic word. I will also listen for filler sound, including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this mean, you know. At the end, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions when the general evaluator called me. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaafar. Thank you. To keep track of the time spent by each speaker and to improve our time management skills, we have a timer. Please help me welcome the timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi. Muhammad Abdul Nabi.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Master of Ceremony, fellow Toastmaster, and welcome guests. Good morning. Today my rule is to calculate the time from the beginning till our for speaker, for table topic commentator, and for evaluator. So for the first session, we have only one speaker. He will be test speaker. So at 5 minutes, I will show the green light. At 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow, and at 7 minutes will be red, and it will keep till he ends. For the evaluation session, the most important session today, for all evaluator, you have from 2 to 3 minutes. From 2 to 3 minutes. So for 2 minutes will be the green light will be shown. For 2.5, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, yellow will be shown. And for 3 minutes, the red light will be shown and will keep till the evaluator in. For the speaker and evaluator, you have 30 seconds as grace period before the green light and after the red light. For table topic commentator, there will be they will talk from 1 to 2 minutes. For 1 minute, green light will be shown. 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow will be shown. 2 minutes, red will be shown. But the commentator have 30 seconds only after the 2 minutes. If they talk less than 1 minute, they will be excluded from the vote. So that's what I have, Master Zahra, and back to you, Master Afsar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad. Thank you. Okay, to remind you, the theme of the day meeting is keep smiling. And the word of meeting is delight. So I encourage all of you to use it. Then this speaker, then evaluation, and the last will be table topic. The first session is a workshop with title Evaluation Effectively. Toastmaster Vivek, who will be conducting the workshop session today. Here I have short talk explaining how Mr. Vivek show his short journey in evaluation. He's saying that Toastmaster Mahdi, the earlier VP Education, pushed me into a workshop and forcefully I logged my evaluation skills. That year, I got the second in the area. In the next year, Toastmaster Mahdi defeated me in the division contest for evaluation and went to discuss. And finally, the last year, I represented Sanabis Toastmaster and Division A in the district for evaluation. His moral story, finishing with, it's all start with push. So, let us, please help me to welcome Toastmaster Vivek to start his workshop. Toastmaster Vivek, please.
Toastmaster
Thank you.
Toastmaster Vivek, how
Yes.
the light for you want to be shown?
Sir, it's 15 to 20 minutes, right?
Screen?
No, sir. I just want to confirm the agenda is 15 to 20 minutes, right? Yes. So let's put 5 minutes green, 10 minutes yellow, 15 red, and then when we have 5 minutes, we can put a question and answer session. How does that sound?
Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Fine. Thank you, TM Mahmood, for that clarification. All right. Fellow Toastmasters, what do I say? The first time STC came into the district, we came in evaluation. And then the second time we came in the district, it was for humorous. The third time we again came through evaluation. One of the first points that our mentor, DTM Jaishankar, one of the points he would say is, I remember this lady, and then he'll ask me, what's that lady's name? I forgot what's that. So I would say, is it Fatima Fardan? Yeah, Fatima Fardan. She has this very, very incisive evaluation. I know that because when I came in, one of the established champions in the club was Toastmaster Fatima Fardan. She was the one who broke through our account, broke through into the area and got us our first medal in evaluation. I say all of this to establish this one point. This is our strength, all right? This is our strongest area. So what I got, I'll give back. I believe in this reciprocity. So what I got, I'll give back, and that's why we have all gathered here. Now, let me just take, here it is. All right. So this is, do you see me? Do you see the slides? Put up a thumbs up or something if you do.
Yes, Toastmaster Vivek.
Okay, nice. So let's remember what's the point of evaluation. Like what Toastmaster Asrar Merchant said long back when Mehdi brought him for evaluation. He said the point of an evaluation is, after your evaluation is done, the speaker who listened to you, he or she must feel the energy to come back and give the next speech. That should be the energy that you give in evaluation. That's why I named it encourage, elevate, evaluate. That's what evaluation is about. We encourage, we elevate the speaker with our comments, and then we get them to be a better speaker. Now, the complete slide is can be seen, right? Or is it just a part?
No, yes, complete.
You can see the complete slide. All right, nice.
Yeah.
So these are the contents what we are going to cover. All right, analytical quality, recommendations, technique, summation, a sample outline, and then we go to the question and answer session. All right, in what to attack. Now here, this is a small snapshot of the evaluation judging sheet. When you get the evaluation, when the sheet comes with the judges, they'll see these 4 columns. Analytical quality is 40 marks. It's the highest marks. And then comes the recommendations. It's 30 marks. Then comes the technique. It's 15 marks. And then comes the summary, 15 marks. All right. Analytical quality. Look at the small words. Clear, focused. They are expecting a very simple, very specific kind of analysis of the speech. Then comes the recommendations. Specific recommendations that helps the speaker to become better and should be positive. Technique is sensitive, motivational, sympathetic. And then comes the summary. You're wrapping the whole thing, whatever you said, in a nutshell, and you give it back to them. Over. So this is all 100 marks. Next, analytical quality. All right. Here, you are giving out in a very short manner what you saw in the speech, and you are analyzing the speech. The easiest way to think of this is you're giving the positives of the speech. But when I say positives only, there's a tendency for people to think analytical quality is the positive part, recommendation is the negative part or the area to improvement part, and then comes the summary. No, this is not my opinion. My opinion is this: there should be an analysis for the positives and the negatives. What made that speech great? Give your analysis. What needs to be improved in that speech? Give your analysis. My opinion is both of them, the positives and the negatives, is analysis. 40 marks. All right. Speech arc is how the speech would travel in very, very short words. Let us examine how a speech usually goes. First, we will have an introduction. And then on top of that, after the introduction, people will generally share a story. They'll share a story, they'll give an incident. So you say this incident. You put just small words. And then what they'll do, they'll give the message. They'll what they understood from it. And that message will come up, you write a small word, and then they'll give the final words. This is the simplest speech structure on earth. Little bit more complex version is they'll give a small story or incident, maybe a small message, and then they come to the next incident and all. So this is the analysis. Now, here, when you are analyzing something, what caught your attention, what stood out, and why it stood out. What's so great about something? When you say that your voice was spectacular, okay, your voice is spectacular, good, that is the what part. Why is your voice spectacular? Why? Is it because you made the speech much more better because of your voice variation? Did you bring the characters alive with your voice variation? This is why that voice is great. So give the what, give the why. And then after this, you are giving an example how that speech became better. That's the highlights that you mentioned in your analysis. So when I say dedicate your initial energy to analysis only, my point is you have 2 to 3 minutes. Remember, it's a 2 to 3 minutes. The greatest enemy of an evaluator is time. Time will go like this. It's very fast. So bring your analysis out, right out in the front itself. Give out an opening statement or something, jump right into the analysis. So that your 40 marks you're targeting well. If you wrap it in 2 minutes, very well and good. This is your dedicating your initial energy. Okay. Next, recommendations. All right. There's a way to shift within recommendations, all right, from one to the other. It's like changing the gear. I'm giving you an examples here, like in bridging with the devotee. I've mentioned your positives. Let's up your game, or proceeding to butter up and better up your speech. Or this is my favorite. I would usually say, I got benefited a lot from your speech. Now my turn to give back. I'll return the compliment. And then you give your recommendations. So this is a way to now shifting the gear. Now the judge will also remember, okay, now this fellow is going to give, make life easier for the judges, all right? So that they can pay attention, they can go right next to the next segment and put their marks accordingly. Make it simple for them. So here you did your analysis already. Now tell them what needs to improve, the solution, and how it can be better. For example, if the voice was flat, then we say, you should vary your voice. You can, if I was in your shoes, I would vary my voice. Why? Because when I vary the voice, I can differentiate different characters in the story. Then you know, yeah, this character is the mother, this character is the father, this character is you. So this is an example of giving a solution and why that solution will work in your opinion. So if highlights is 3, just 2 would do. Just 2 would do. And when you do this, you become a delight to your judges. Make their life easy. Then technique, 15 marks. See, there's a difference between just whitewashing someone, which him and everyone will know, and giving them very valuable pointed feedback. This is why give a positive and meaningful feedback, don't whitewash, right? Then a point would be, you would say my speaker. I have seen evaluators say my speaker. This is not your car or your key. It's a live person. So the target speaker, or you can refer to the name. The good thing about referring to the name, for example, Toastmaster Zahra. When I say Toastmaster Zahra, there's a personal touch, right? You are personally affected. When you say my speaker, it's like some speaker whom I have to evaluate. That's it. Try to make that personal touch. Then comes managing your time, managing your game. This comes actually with 2. You'll have to practice a lot. When you practice, you'll get the hang of it. You'll slowly start to get the hang of it. Largely, if you want a very simple technique, think of it like this. For 2 minutes, finish your evaluation. Next 30 seconds, finish your next 30 seconds. Finish your recommendations. Your analysis ideally would cover the positive and the negative already. A recommendation is only giving improvement, suggestions from your side. Third is the next 30 seconds summary. When you finish the summary, you have reached 3 minutes. You have still 30 seconds or 3 minutes is red light, right? You still have 30 seconds left. So with that, you wrap up everything and finish up. Like I said, I have been kicked out in area and in the division due to time. And not just me, a lot of great evaluators got kicked out due to time. So time is your great enemy. You may think that why would I speak all of this in a particular way, particular method, in a kind of a contest season, contest reason, let's say. When we are evaluating in a general this thing, you can play around with the rules and all. You can go in a different manner. But I recommend that you practice like this. Whatever we practice, that's what we do, isn't it? Whatever we practice, that's what we'll do. If you practice the correct procedure for the contest, that's what most probably you will do on the contest day itself. If you practice whatever you want, and then the last few days, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, you'll practice around, it's not natural for you. So try to establish the natural method from the beginning itself. Keep the flag flying high. STC is somewhat known for their evaluators. So keep that spirit up. And begin and end with an impact. All right. I'll give you an example. Once long back, we had our club contest, and Toastmaster TTM Faraz Farooq had come out to our club, and he gave a speech about him being in the flight, in the plane, and his experiences in the flight. He started by saying, I'm a seasoned traveler. Seasoned traveler. Seasoned traveler means very experienced traveler, right? And he continued like that. Speech is done. So in the end, my turn to come for evaluation. I evaluated. My very last sentence was memorable. I crafted it according to that speech. I said, TTM Faraz Farooq, when you began, I understood that you were a seasoned traveler. But when you ended, I understood you are a seasoned speaker. So here is my final sentence. These are the kind of things that will sit inside the judges' heads. All right. This is the advantage of a memorable sentence or a script. It will sit inside people's heads and they will remember it. All right. So keep that kind of our Mehdi was great in this because he brought in humor. His great point was humor, and he would bring it out effectively. So these are the methods. Try to find something related to the topic and finish. So that creates an impact, right? Next is grace, poise, power. How you give an evaluation, controlled, measured, and in a very smooth, controlled manner. So that's like you're giving an impact. You're given an impression that everything is under your control. You have analyzed the speech, and you have some specific recommendations. So that gives that impact effect for the audience. Next is a summary. 15 marks. Many evaluators miss this, and I definitely feel that they are not getting evaluated out of 100 marks. They are getting evaluated out of 85 marks. I have heard evaluation judges say that I gave 0 to them in summary just because they don't have a summary. What is a summary? You mention your positive, your negative, and your recommendations. Just say all of that. Wrap it all up. Just say in a very fast. Your positives were your voice, your action, your story. What to improve is your body language. So this is your message. So this is how, and this is how you summarize something. Your whole evaluation, you're giving it up neatly. That's it. So tie it up, go back with the beginning itself. Here is my samples evaluation outline. When I do this, the speech name, the speaker's name, and then you put a very memorable bomb as the beginning. Look at the example that I put here. I came here to speak about a bomb that shook the stage for 7 minutes 12 seconds. You're referring to a speech. So that's a memorable kind of a thing. And then you're giving a speech map or the speech arc. In the beginning he said this, then story was about this message. So here story, intro, inside story, message, call for action. These are simple methods just for you to categorize the speech, how it goes. Then you are putting out the positives of the speech, the negatives of your speech, how to improve, why. This is your analysis table. After that, you put some additional remarks if anything you have. And then the closing remarks, just like that memorable word. For example, seasoned traveler, seasoned speaker is an example. Keep up the same spirit. It's an example, right? This is a sample outline of how I do for evaluation. I have wrapped up most of what I had to cover, and now it's time for the question and answer session. I'm waiting.
Good morning, Toastmaster Vivek.
Toastmaster Rukaya, who else? Tell me, ma'am, how can I help you?
I have one question. How we can put the summary in the way that's not affecting the because most of the Toastmasters, when they are summarizing, they are starting to summarize all the things they have said. okay? But sometimes the speaker having a lot of positive things and a lot of recommendation. Let's say, how we can choose and pick the effective one in the time that we are standing on the stage.
All right, TM, okay, yeah. I'll give you an example, a live example. What are the most of the times the greatest positives that people usually speak in contest? Positives, if it's humorous, they'll definitely speak about humor. If it was a great story, they'll speak about the story. If the character development was very well done, they'll speak about the character development. And if pauses were implied, pauses can go both sides. You know, positives and negatives, we have seen people speak in both manner. All right. Now, the negatives. Usually they'll speak about the body language or about the vocal variety. They may speak about that or about how the message is not relevant to the speech. These are also points that they speak. And they also speak about pauses. I'm speaking about contest, what happened in area division. These are what usually happens. Okay, so if I was going to summarize, I would say, let's summarize. Positives, great voice modulation, excellent speech structure, fantastic message, and a great character development. What to improve upon? Your pauses could be developed well. Your voice modulation needs work, or if it's a body language, needs work. And then that's it. But this just highlight your big points into 2 words. 2 words is enough. 2 or 3 words, and say that like bullet points. That's enough. If you have absolutely nothing you wrote a summary, then say, let's summarize and say some nonsense about the speech in 1 sentence or 2 sentences. That word summary you kept there, maybe you will get 3 marks instead of 0. Enough. You can take the 3 mark and you go.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Toastmaster Vivek, I have a question.
Yes.
Regarding the style, during the Toastmaster, there is a lot of style for the evaluation. Let me just, last year, she have a unique style, like she's telling the positive and the recommendation at the same time, each point.
Yes.
So others like Fatma Fardan prefer to start with the quote. So which style you think that will take you to district?
Well, both of them use their styles very well, isn't it? Bray used it well. Fatma Fardan used it well. Look what Mahdi did. Have you ever seen anyone evaluate like him? He's a 100% showman, pure performer. When he evaluates, people will laugh. That is guaranteed. When I evaluate based on the content. I don't have the showman skills of Mahdi. I have to give insights. So styles work out for different people according to their personalities. But I'll tell you one thing. The structure what I gave to you, most judges know that, and most judges are trained in the silent to expect that. Okay. So when we use a structure like this, that is pressing the right button in their head. We are not targeting the audience here. We are targeting the judges. We want to press the right button and the right combination in their head. That's why we are evaluating like that. So there's a specific structure or a method to this madness. There's a method to this madness. We just use it, it will fly well. That's my opinion. Style you develop by yourself, but if there's a specific pattern in how you approach your evaluation, you are actually speaking to the judges and they can go tick, 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 tick. That's what we do. Next question.
Master Vivek, I think let's shift the question to the end of the meeting because the 20 minutes is finished. So let's keep going. If any have any question, we will take it to the end of the meeting.
Okay, that works fine. VP Education.
Only one question.
Oh my God.
What if we do not listen to any of the speech and then we have to give an evaluation? What will you do in such a situation?
You are going to do that right now. Do it. You do it now.
Okay, but just for one announcement, one modification in our agenda, STC members, the table will be cancelled, and Toastmaster Vivek will evaluate the evaluator after the evaluation session. Are you ready, Toastmaster Vivek?
I'm ready. I'm game. I want to catch this guy, Mr. M. Him I will catch.
we will cancel the table to Toastmaster Zahra.
Mohammed Abdul, where do you come up from all
We
this?
will cancel the table to
You come up with all these ideas.
and we will give the Toastmaster Vivek the chance to evaluate and back to you.
All right. So I'll stop sharing them. Thanks a lot, Abdul Nabi. Thank you, STC, and hope you do great. Right. How do you stop this?
You are mute, Toastmaster Zahra. You are mute.
Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi?
Yes.
Slide number 3, please. Okay, now we have icebreaker game. I need volunteers. Yeah, this one, yes. So grab some candies and tell us.
Please, the volunteer, the M in blue will be me.
Sorry?
The M in blue will be me.
I can't hear you.
I mean,
okay.
Out of the candies that you gave, the blue M will be me.
M&M's game. Okay. We have all Toastmasters and guests are most welcome to have their own turn to participate. The instruction will be, I need 4 volunteers. Questions are short and funny. Answers should be within 1 word or few words, maximum few words. Okay. The fastest will be is the owner. The fastest who answered is the winner. Can I see some volunteers from guests? Any volunteers from guest side? Where is the...
Please unmute yourself and then speak. Volunteers, guests.
Mute myself?
No, not you. I mean the guest. I feel somebody.
Toastmaster Zahra, choose. Toastmaster Zahra, you can choose.
Nasruddin.
Yes, ma'am.
Nasruddin would like to participate with us.
Since with its chocolate, it's okay. I can offer some chocolates.
Yeah, with M&M's, inshallah, after Corona. Who else?
Okay,
No guess?
Like I said, the blue will be me, the blue M.
So Muhammad bin Nasser with us also. Muhammad bin Nasser. Yeah. Another one? Here I found Fadel, Master Fadel, I think. That's Master Fadel. Thank you very much. I need another one.
We need Toastmaster Vivek, please. We need Toastmaster Vivek.
What about you, Toastmaster Vivek? Would you like?
No, I'm putting the sound.
He's putting the sound. What about the guests?
I nominate Toastmaster Jabir Rashid. Of course, he's our mentor. He's the mentor as.
Leila.
Leila is busy, I think. Leila is busy, I think.
Toastmaster Zahra, I can volunteer.
Who's it?
Toastmaster Mahmood.
Toastmaster Mahmood. Hello, Toastmaster Mahmood. Very good. Okay, we can start now.
Sure.
Can you say the rules, Toastmaster Zahra, again?
Okay, and put first that slide again. Yes, see, we have 5 colors of candy M&Ms. Okay, who will choose the color?
Okay, for me, I'll be light with green.
Can I take the yellow one?
Yellow one.
Yeah,
Yellow one.
Okay, I'm the blue.
You have to answer within 1 minute. Okay? All of you. So you have to unmute yourself. Nasruddin, Muhammad bin Nasser, Fadil, and Mahmood. You have to unmute yourself. And directly after listening to the question, you have to answer quickly within 1 minute. Question number 1. Something you learned last week. Something you learned last week.
Toastmaster Zahra.
To be patient.
It's almost the same answer. To shut myself up.
Yeah, to be exactly.
No, I'm serious about it.
Did you say the answer, Toastmaster Mahmood?
Yeah, he said, Toastmaster Nasser said to be patient. And I said to shut myself up.
Yeah, very good. Very good. The others. I have to also. Muhammad bin Nasser and Fadil.
Yeah, I'm just making use of the 1 minute that we gave.
Something you learned last week.
I learned nothing, to be honest. Maybe I was
Very good. Very good.
Even nothing is something.
Very good, Toastmaster Muhammad.
Basar came 1 minute over.
Toastmaster Zahra, the 1 minute is over.
Okay, so Toastmaster Fadil not answer. The another question. Which color? Blue. Which color?
Blue.
Blue already finished. Blue.
Green.
Amber. Yellow.
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 Yellow one.
Yellow.
Something about your childhood.
I was very bright. Oh, for that. Oh, yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
1 word or few words? Very good. The others?
Mimi.
Mimi?
Yeah, someone who always nag on their parents.
Very good, Mahmoud. The others? Muhammad bin Nasser, Fadil.
What's the? I didn't hear that.
I will repeat it. Something about your childhood.
Something in the childhood.
About your childhood.
First time I used bicycle and hit the wall.
Very good, Toastmaster Fadil. Good memory. What about Muhammad bin Nasser? Muhammad bin Nasser.
Toastmaster Vivek, what is the voice?
My childhood memory. 1 minute is over.
Yeah.
Over, my friend. You're last. What is this?
Childhood memory that comes to my mind at the age of 10, driving in the car into my garage. I crashed it into my garage.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Toastmaster Muhammad.
You last meeting you were not there. It was cup of coffee. You have one cup of coffee. You will answer fast.
Okay, the next question. Which color?
Amber. Amber color.
We chose already the yellow.
No, the other one. What?
Yellow chosen.
Brown. Brown.
Orange.
Brown.
Brown.
No, brown.
Brown.
Orange.
Orange.
No?
Orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Brown or orange?
Okay, brown. Something you cannot live without.
Oxygen.
Something you cannot live without.
My wife.
Very good.
Mahmood, please don't try to gain points.
Be positive.
Okay, let me change it. My family.
Yeah.
The others.
Be positive. I cannot live without be positive.
Positivity. Very good.
I can't live without throwing a joke. Actually. Yeah.
Very good. And the last.
I can live without positivity. Shortly, if I do the test and it's positive, I can't live.
Muhammad bin Nasser.
I cannot live without oxygen.
Couldn't hear you.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Very good. Thank you. Okay.
Come on, oxygen is common factor. Oxygen is common factor. It means if you are not having it, you dead.
Something very serious, Ruqayya. Please don't do this.
It's just a funny questions.
Without oxygen, how will you live? Tell me, that is very important.
Okay, the fourth question. Which color?
Okay,
Red.
the green one, the lady one.
I have brown, red.
Brown, red.
I have red and green and orange.
Oh, green.
Green.
Yeah, we go for green.
Favorite movie or book or food? Favorite?
Bache.
Bache. Very good.
Yes, bache.
Curious case of Benjamin Buttons.
Pizza.
Curious case of Benjamin Buttons.
Food or what?
Or book or movie?
Book.
Book. Very good. Last question.
To say the book.
What is the name of the book?
Book.
Okay, we have now orange. Orange only. Orange. Think you do well. Things you do well.
Silence.
Very good.
Listening.
Muhammad bin Nasser.
Public relation.
Always thinking.
Public relation. Public relation.
Public relations. Muhammad bin Nasser.
Closing a deal.
Nasser Asad.
Recitation.
Citation. Who didn't answer?
Giving charity.
Giving
I
charity.
didn't get anything from you, Mahmood. What charity you are speaking about?
Where is the sound?
I said silence. I said silence. I said listening. And
I put the sound. Was it not? Did not anyone hear the applause?
No.
Oh no, my the thing shared screen is gone.
All of them answers?
Yes.
Yeah, they put the answer. Yeah, now I'll put the
So
sound.
who's the fastest?
Mahmood.
I think Mahmood the fastest.
How sound is that?
Mahmood was the fastest or what?
Yeah.
No, I am the first.
You're the last.
Was Mahmoud.
You're the first from the last.
Muhammad bin Nasser. Nasser.
was allotted 1 minute. I used the whole 1 minute to answer.
Muhammad bin Nasser, you are
Yeah.
always the last.
Don't see, that's how, that's the motivation. First from last. Down it's good.
Okay, we are going to the second session. It is test speaker session. We have one test speaker who have put in good effort for their presentation. Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal, in speech title, I don't know. Please help me welcome the test speaker, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal.
It was a moment I don't know how to explain, but now I just can't tell you. My ego was high, higher than me, and I wanted to do better and better than myself and anyone else. Yes, I wanted to be the best. Anybody does not want to be the best? Maybe you had some doubts. I graduated from the top universities in Bahrain, and there I had to search for a good job. And as luck would happen, I found the perfect job ever. It was a customer service agent in one of the travel agencies. When I went to the interview, I was holding my CV and I gave it to the owner, and all he said was, "Can you tell me about yourself? Tell me who you are." And I kept just mumbling like a robot. Yes, my name is this. I am this age. I have a family and I live in Bahrain. I graduated from the top universities and I am the best of the best. And all he said was looking at me and he said, "All right, Mr. So-and-so, here's what we need you to do. Because of our honesty, integrity, and respect, we don't need you to tell us who you are. We need you to show us who you are." And that's where I had my first job. The next day in the morning, I was still wearing a good shape, and I was also in a good shape. And I entered there, my nose was almost up. And I was thinking to myself, with all of my ego, electrifying, gorilla, outgoing, I was sitting around these colleagues. I am the best. I have graduated from the top universities and they should listen to me. Where I had some calls which I didn't know how to reply to. Yes, yes. How can I help you? Yeah. Yes, sir, we will be right back to you. We'll get right back to you. Yes, yes, of course. Yes, we will have the cheapest. Yes, you will have the best travel experience. It will be a 5-star hotel with the cheapest fare ever. And I was just thinking, sitting on the computer, tech, 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 tech. I was totally new to the program and I didn't know how to actually reserve. And this was the lowest, cheapest, and most fundamental basics, which I didn't know how to do. I was looking around. Should I ask my colleagues? Or should I say, I don't know? But wait, that will be totally embarrassing to me, to my shape, to my ego. Therefore, I just hang down the best of the best. I kept the customer waiting and I didn't call back. And day by day, I was just trying to listen around me and trying to hide that I'm not working. One day, I still can remember the client agent, the client name. His name was Fuad, and he called. Hello, is this the travel agency? And I said, yes, how can I help you, sir? He said, my name is Mr. Fuad, and I would like to have a visa to the UK. Can you do that? And I said, yes, of course. Do you think I know how to do it? Of course not. Do you think I could ask my colleagues? No, that would be totally embarrassing to say, I don't know how to do it. Can you help me? And I gave him the best experience ever, the best words. If you want a UK visa, it will be ready to you as soon as possible. He said, how soon can that be? I said, as soon as possible. And there I was. I met him in person. Next day, he gave me his passport. He gave me his wife's passport. He gave me his daughter's passports. And he said, please do it as soon as possible because I have a lot of businesses. It's a big deal to me. So if you can't do it, you can just say. And if it's possible, I can pay more and you can do it fast, then that would be a good case. To which I replied, yes, sure, sir. It will be ready to you as soon as possible. And he again said, how soon can that be? Will it be after 3 days? And I said, no, hopefully before 3 days. Took the passport and I logged into the website of the UK visa. I was looking around. Do you think I know what to do? No, of course. I was looking around my colleagues and all of them knew how to do it. I could just go to the owner and just tell him, you know, can you just give me some practice? Can you give me some training? Because this customer, he wants it as soon as possible. But that did not happen, unfortunately. I tried to do it myself using Google. The next day he called. Guess what he said? He said, well, is the visa ready? Did you apply? When is my appointment in the visa, in the embassy? And I said, no, sir. There are some changes in the website, so please excuse us. But we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And he hung down. The next day, he also called. And I said, yes, sir, but one of your passports, it has a date, but the date is written from Persia. Can you please translate all these dates? I'll send them to you on WhatsApp. And I got lucky. This was a good experience for him. The next day he called and he said, how is the visa application is processing? And I said, yeah, we're almost done with it. And unfortunately, it was not done at all. Day after day, I kept giving excuses after excuses, after reasons, after valid reasons. And he kept believing in me because he came from another client from the travel agency who had a good customer experience. And he actually referred him to this place where I had to catch him day by day until he got really upset. He kept calling, and I said to my colleagues, look, if he calls, I don't know how to explain things. He doesn't understand. And they believed in me. He came to the office. On that day, I just stood silent. And it was a definite moment that he looked deep into my eyes and he asked the question, is the visa ready? At least tell me the appointment is ready. Fortunately, I just kept quiet and I said, the papers are here. Your passports are here. He angrily said, is that what you told me? Isn't that what you promised? Isn't that what this office is all about? You got to be kidding me. You absolutely don't know how much I lost because of you, Mahmoud. You bring so much disgrace, and I've been so upset with your dishonesty and you're full of no integrity. And he kept screaming. The owner came and he calmed him down. He sat down and he apologized. He gave him back his refund. And he called me, can you come here? I think we have some unfinished business. And I said, this was my first job and also my first job that I'm going to be fired. But Mr. Mustafa, the owner, he just calmed me down. He sat me down and all he said was, look, the unknown is unknown until you know it. It is okay to tell us, I don't know. Will it bring so shame to you? We don't believe in that. Instead, we would actually admire you and we would appreciate that you tell us what you need. And these colleagues, you could have asked them, did you? I had no answers but just to say, I don't know. And he said, look, our values are three: honesty, respect, and integrity. This is how our office has been functioning around since the beginning. And if you can't have all of them, and if you can't bear all of them, then please don't stay here. To which I promised next time I would ask for help, even if I just know a little bit or the whole. Actually, my own thoughts of ego, electrifying gorilla, outgoing, unfortunately was not right. When I asked my colleagues, regardless of their nationalities, regardless of their colors, they actually provided help. They gave me all the support and we worked as a team. Ladies and gentlemen, the unknown is unknown until you know it. How would you know it? It's fine to say, I don't know. How? You can ask. Can you help me? Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really interested speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood. And now, slide number 4, Muhammad Abdul Nabi. Muhammad Abdul Nabi? Yes. Does anyone of you know that there is a World Smile Day? Does anyone know that there is a World Smile Day?
Don't think of it. No.
No one?
No.
First time I hear about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know about it.
Very good, very good. The first Friday of October, every day, is celebrated around the globe as World Smile Day. The unofficial holiday, it is an unofficial holiday, encourage people to do acts of kindness to spread good, will, and cheer. They started the first started in 1999 by the creator of the smiley, Harvey Ball. The purpose of the holiday was the move away from the commercialization of the smiley and to use it as a symbol of kindness and affection. Okay, the second session for today is the evaluation, general evaluation, where the meeting will be evaluated from the beginning till the end. For this, we have the general evaluator to conduct the session. Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Mullah, working as health and safety specialist. He is a member in Sanabis Toastmaster Science 2013. He said that he developed a lot and benefit from Sanabis Toastmaster. Before, he was afraid to present a public speech. But now, after practicing in Sanabis Toastmaster, he has now enough confidence to do public speech. I would like now to hand over the session to General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Ahmed Abdul Rida.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, fellow Toastmaster, for the warm welcome. Today's meeting, we will have a group of evaluators, and they will be evaluating the test speaker Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal using the experience that they get from the Delight workshop done by Toastmaster Vivek. But before starting, may I get the time of speaker Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi? The speech time, please.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, good morning again. Our timer today take in his speech 13 minutes and 54 seconds. 13 minutes and 54 seconds. Back to you, General
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi, for the timing. So we will start with the evaluators. First evaluator is Toastmaster Ala Madan. Toastmaster Ala Madan, she's recently joined our club. Let us hear her evaluation. Toastmaster Ala, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you.
Yes. Help me welcoming Toastmaster Ala Madan. The floor is yours, Toastmaster Ala.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed. So regarding evaluating Toastmaster Mahmoud, First, I want to thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood, for sharing your experience with us, which is show us that there is no shame to say I don't know, and learn from each other experience as we can ask our colleagues, our friends, and learn. So I like the way you started your speech and the way you wear your suit. It shows us the confidence that's in you, the fully delight confidence in you. The way you were standing, the way you express your feelings, your body language, your vocal variety. That grabbed my attention to listen to every word you said and imagine the situation like I was there standing with you in the situation itself. So yeah, we are benefited from what you said, that I think we learned that the only mistake we can make is not asking for help. So well done, Toastmaster Mahmood. I think everything is just great. I like everything you said, and every move you made is so great. So well done, Toastmaster Mahmood. Keep it up. Back to you.
Thank you to Master Ala Madan for your evaluation. We will move to second evaluator. Our second evaluator is Toastmaster Ali Yusuf. Toastmaster Ali, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Ali Yusuf.
Okay. Well, since last week, I have the attention to this day to be honest, dig deep, and process each thing I see as a listener, not as Toastmaster evaluator. Despite all the methods, I have the attention to process everything. But I was surprised that Toastmaster Mahmood was perfect, especially in this speech. I have some doubt about other speeches, but this one was perfect. He, for me, is perfect. He, his voice was changing perfectly. He act normally, and it was not not he act. Yeah, he was a good actor when he tried to simulate any situation. So it was perfect. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you to Toastmaster Ali Yusuf. We will move to our third evaluator. He's with us since this is his second term, I believe. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Muhammad bin Nasser. Mr. M, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, let us hear your evaluation. Toastmaster Muhammad bin Nasser.
Thank you. So, Mahmoud Zahra, I can't see myself. Okay. So, to Mahmoud Jalal, the speech was amazing, and who doesn't want to win, right? And you looked, mashallah, surprisingly handsome today, with adding on your cream color coffee blazer, and mashallah, it was a well done, well prepared speech. Your background, your presentation, everything. And just like I mean, the points which I noted, other than like the way you presented the speech, I cannot comment on that because it was well done, well prepared and well presented, stage and step by step. So you had a small problem with the internet connection that your voice is perfect, but then you're getting stuck here and there. And then the part where you were mimicking, right? The part where you're mimicking the telephonic conversation. I lost it over there. Like I couldn't compare whether like it was. You did a slight change in your voice, but then I got lost. Like I couldn't follow up with the voice change that you made. So you have to get that the voice change. That's one. That's another one point. And the unknown is unknown until it is known. I mean, that's good statement I've noticed in your speech. And then finally, I'll have only one point to tell. That would be time management. You have beautifully spoken 13 minutes. So, and that's it. And back to you. Thank you. Thank you. And back to you, Ahmed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad bin Nasser, for the evaluation. Our fourth evaluator is our MC for today, Toastmaster Zahra Jaafar. Are you ready to evaluate?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Zahra Jaafar.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The speech was interested, and this is first time for me to evaluate others. But I heard Mahmoud before for maybe 2 or 4 speeches before, but this speech is very good. His movement and the stage is very good. Voice levels is very good also. But the speech little bit longer than it should be. I think the speech should be from between 5 to 7 minutes, I think. And he talked more than, 13 minutes. That's it. And good luck, Mahmoud. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra.
Thank you.
We'll move on. Our fifth speaker. She has a lot of experience in Toastmaster. Let us hear from Toastmaster Ruqayya. Toastmaster Ruqayya, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes,
Good
go
morning,
ahead.
everyone, and to my speaker, Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal. This speech is brought my eyes up with my ego was high. It reminds me of many obstacles we have it from the previous ages or previous times in our life, and we have ego to say I don't know or ego to say no, I cannot do it. This speech was very wonderful, very delightful, and really liked the way that Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal brought it from the beginning, how he was very cheerful and he very having the ego that I have graduated from this, and I have this kind of the skills which written in the CV, but the time is happening that he has to work and show up and show off this kind of skills, having some obstacles and how he has gone through it, which given us a flashback for something maybe even is small in our life that we were not going to say I don't know or no mostly. The positive things in the speech was the hand gesture when he was telling uh, do you think what I was no or help? The help like this is gives to the audience the point that how the hands is going to help, and another person is going to take your hands and helping you. Overall, everything was very perfect, but there are some rules for improvement, like a voice variety. For sometimes when you are talking in angry or aggressive things, you have to show that you are angry, or you have to show you are aggressive. The point was in the speech when the client for art came, the face language, body language was very perfect, but the way that he was talking as Fuad was not Fuad, it was Toastmaster Mahmood. So Fuad, it has to be the way like when he sad, when he fed up, when he upset, and when he angry. It should be shown by day that the voice it should be changed from one character time, for example, excited, I won the visa, to the time, oh, what's happening, or the time, are you sure you are going to finish it, or the time, just I don't want, give me your visa, or something like this. The thing I really liked in the speech and brought me back to my childhood is the Dora the Explorer. The time that Toastmaster Mahmoud was telling, do you think what to do or what I was doing? Do you think that I was knowing this kind of things? It's brought memory back to the audience. Keep it up and keep doing this kind of things. In the summary, I have to tell the speaker, it was very good in the storytelling, grabbing the attention of the audience and making the questions in each paragraph and each transition from the place to another place, and making people living their times and the things together, and the room for the improvement only the vocal variety. Back to you, Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruqayya, for your deep evaluation. Anybody want to evaluate Toastmaster Mahmoud or try to evaluate? The floor is open if anybody wants to evaluate.
Can I evaluate myself?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You can evaluate yourself, Mahmoud.
Thank you very much for the speech. I think it's a very interesting speech, and it's an international speech because it's a common problem for all of us. We all, or most of us, feel the insecurity to go to others and address questions on the first day of work. You brought up a very nice topic, and your, of course, physical appearance, your confidence is always there, as always, Toastmaster Mahmoud. The suggestions I would add to flavor the speech and to make it better and better, actually try to use a software to write the manuscript down and move the clutter, okay, out of the speech to fit the speech within the 5 to 7 minute frame. I think this is a very constructive speech. I really love the topic. As I mentioned, it touches all cultures, all societies. It's everywhere. The words you've used, probably one word I would give you. For example, you said I kept giving reasons, and I gave valid reasons. It's invalid reasons. So even make sure of your rhetoricals or the words used in the speech. Overall, I think it's a very beautiful speech, interesting, international. Just as I mentioned, frame the speech into 5 to 7 minutes frame, and also be careful with the words. Other than that, I think you make a beautiful job, and this is for the summary. And thank you very much, and back to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nasser, for your evaluation. Toastmaster Muhammad, can I have the time for each evaluator so Toastmaster Vivek will evaluate them later on?
Yes, Toastmaster Ahmed. Let me say it for Toastmaster Ala Madan, 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Yusuf, 1 minute 12 seconds. Toastmaster Muhammad bin Nasser, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Toastmaster Zahra, 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Ruqayya, 4 minutes. And Toastmaster Nasser, 1 minute 50 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad, for the time report.
Toastmaster Ahmed.
Yes.
There is
Yes.
a time, so I can evaluate.
We still have time.
I think there is no time. There is a time, so I
No,
can evaluate.
1:45.
If you're
You
going
want
to
to
evaluate,
evaluate?
if you're going to evaluate, then I'll put the timer.
Okay.
Okay.
Please give me a harsh evaluation, please.
No, I'm not using harsh. So, 1 minute. General evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Good morning.
Morning.
Today I will evaluate Toastmaster Mahmood for his speech. I will divide my evaluation to two sides. The special side, the one I like, and the other side it will be where we can improve. So let me start with the first one. Toastmaster Mahmood used story speech. Okay, that's the most important part in our speech, storytelling. When we use story, we talk about ourselves, we attract the other. So excellent point, Toastmaster Mahmood. The second part, Toastmaster Mahmood, and we are still in our special thing that Toastmaster Mahmood used, he organized his speech. He starts with amazing introduction. He gets in his speech body, then he concludes his speech fantastically. So, Master Mahmoud used techniques for his voice. He do some let's say vocal variety for his voice. He tried to attract the audience by his voice in his story. He sometimes be quiet, he sometimes be enthusiasm. So excellent job, Toastmaster Mahmoud. Now I will move Toastmaster Mahmoud with you where I can get you better, where can I improve with you. The first things is the time, Toastmaster Mahmoud. The most important is that we manage our time. Me and you and everybody. If we can't manage our time, that maybe it's pillar for us. So next time, Toastmaster Mahmoud, I suggest and advise and request also to manage your time. Secondly, in your story, it's fantastic story. The point is to have too much details. You can cut and summary the details in your story. Other than that, you do an excellent job. You have good gesture, Toastmaster Mahmoud. The most important is the topic and the goal. Your goal was to inspire us by your story, by your conclusion. To summarize, excellent job in using storytelling, organize and use vocal variety I suggest you to manage your time and to shortcut in your story. Wish you all the best, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you for Master Muhammad Abdul Nabi for explaining how the evaluate should be. Toastmaster Vivek,
Yes.
they all are yours. Can you evaluate them?
How much is my time?
Your time is 3 minutes 18 seconds. You are pitch perfect. All right. I mean, after all, you are the BP education, the DTM first president. If you went over time, I would have been surprised. Right. Fellow Toastmasters, I could see that you had tried your best to give an evaluation in spite of a lot of you doing this for the very first time, number one. And number two is I could see that largely you had some difficulties in applying a particular format, mainly because you are not aware of it. So I'll never hold that back against you. I recognize that. Now I'll go one by one. Toastmaster Allah. So you had referred to the message, how you liked the speech, how you had started. You right away you went out and say why. That means you liked this speech and it impacted you. You are sharing your experience. That was great. You gave a point for recommendation, which was about the message, and you had wrapped it up with the positive words. Well done. So that's nice. What could be improved upon is using a particular format. So the format is a common theme across the first 4 or 5 speakers. So it's not just you. 4 or 5 speakers have the same thing, but it comes from. I have a really big doubt that if Abdul Nabi gave the first evaluation, and Ala Ali Yusuf, Mohammed bin Nasser, Zahra, all of them saw this, then they would have done it much better. It's just a matter of not being aware. That's all. So it was a very, very encouraging attempt. Well done, I would say. What I would improve upon is harnessing or categorizing your points or your thoughts in a manner that could be absorbed or taken well one by one. Ali Yusuf, you also shared your point. You shared your positive points. That was, you thought the speech was perfect. You didn't really have any recommendations. You liked the way how this voice was done. You also liked the way how the situations were enacted. So it's a nice feedback that you gave when you're sharing that voice was great. And then you're sharing a connected positive point. Why the voice was great? Because it flushed out the situation where you brought that story alive before your voice. That's a nice way to bring out things. It's the same point that I have to say regarding the structure and recommendation. But I expect you would get better once you do speeches of your own and see things so that you can find out what are the positives and negatives. Now, that was from your side. Now, Mr. M, your coffee color comment about Mahmood Jalal being handsome, well-prepared speech and background and well-presented. So these are the positive points that you have put out. And then you had put up an area for improvement, which is regarding the internet connection or something, telephone communication. You couldn't actually follow up with the voice change during that part of conversation in the speech. That was your point for recommendation, which could be improved upon. You came back to say that there was a nice catchphrase being used. So I think you are one of the very few evaluators who had actually brought out a positive point, this particular positive point, which was referring to the catchphrase. That was well done. And then you mentioned again the time management. So here is you mentioned positive one, positive two, and then an area for improvement, then a positive, and then an area for improvement. If you mix around all of this, it's difficult for the judges to actually differentiate if you have given enough recommendations or given enough positives. So best case scenario is try out the positives, let them be in one set, then you come to the area for improvement and finish them off like that. Toastmaster Zahra, You had mentioned about the speech, which was interesting, and then you pointed out that you had heard Mahmood before 2 or 3 times, and among all of this, you thought that the speech is the best. This needs to be avoided in an evaluation. When you are evaluating that particular speech, what that man did before, how great he was, how bad he was, doesn't matter. What he did that day, between 5 to 7 minutes, that's the only thing that matters. Your evaluation is targeted to that particular speech. What was done before doesn't really matter. So that needs to be avoided. You had mentioned his movement was good, his voice was good, nice. You are also expected why it was good. Why is his movement good? What's so great? How did it help that speech? Why is his voice good? How did it help the speech? This is the analysis part of your evaluation. Right? Now you are saying that this is good, this is good. What makes it good? That is analysis. The why. You can just say your speech was good, but people may not believe you. For them to believe, you are justifying why you think it's good. Then they believe. Then you had mentioned that the time taken was more. So how it would impact his speech, you can share your thoughts about that. That's how you improve your analysis. Toastmaster Rukaya. So here you are mentioned about, you had connected here, Mahmood's speech was about ego and how it reminded you of your own past previous experiences which you have come out across. I think you're the first evaluator who brought out that the ego outlook is, you started with that, you're referring to the uniqueness of the message, the ego. That's nice. And number 2, I like the way where you gave examples of the hand gestures that he used, so that you're justifying as to why his hand gestures was great, was good as well. And then your point for improvement was regarding the voice modulation. You were stressing that through the different parts of the speech, there are conversations, there are dialogues that he uses. The body, the face was good, but if the voice was can be used to improve, surprise, let's say a lot of hope during the first time, and then eagerness, and then some kind of sorrow, or not sorrow, it's like helplessness, and then anger. I thought it was a nice point, and it's a great way to point it out. You also mentioned about the song. This one was great. Mentioned about the great story. You are the first speaker who I said brought out the summary with it. That was nice. But you took 4 minutes. All right. And when you were speaking in the beginning, when you were referring to your own self experiences, do we really need to speak about ourselves? I can understand that you're trying to say there's an audience impact when you're speaking about something, but you cannot speak for the audience. You can only speak for yourself. The best way to put out that point, if you want to point it out, you can put in the positives. It reminds me of my own experiences. And this proves that it's a common point. It's a way to touch people's heart because they share common experiences. You can put that and finish this in 2 sentences. That's enough. You will be within time, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. So explaining too much of how we felt is not really relevant. The star of our speech is the speaker himself, not ourselves. The moment we speak more about our experiences, that actually detracts from the evaluation. So that point needs to be looked into. Toastmaster Nasser. So I thought that you had brought out or teased out the same point of Toastmaster Rukaya, but you brought out much more better, interesting with an international theme about the insecurity that we feel. It was nice. Confidence and physical appearance being very personable was good. It was a very interesting recommendation you gave, using software to cut the clutter. That's nice. I sort of got the feeling that this was not a proper evaluation. You are building back on what the others have said. So I'm not treating this as a proper evaluation. It looks like you're just giving more feedback compared to what the others have given. And then Abdul Nabi, I think your format was pitch perfect. In my opinion, the evaluation should have begun with you so that the others would have seen that structure and they would have copied it. I like the way you positioned your things. You gave your positive side, the negative side. Now, you mentioned about story format, good organization. But when you mention intro, body, and conclusion, intro, body, and conclusion is what most of the people know about speeches. What is the, give something more, all right? When you say intro, body, and conclusion, justify that thing more, because introduction, body, and conclusion, what everyone knows how a speech will be. Give something more, add to the people's knowledge. I like the way how you refer to the techniques Mahmood used for the voice. The time and too much details in the speech was perfect. That was what Mahmood really required, and you gave that as well. So the summary and all of those parts, it was very nice. So I thought it was a great thing. The only point that I would like to say to you is, when you say in the beginning you would like to position the speeches, positives, then negatives. A lot of the judges, it would click it's the right button to press in their head, because they are expecting that positive side then a negative side. All right, the one drawback is the analysis is equally spread out in both of them, the positives as well as the negatives. So flushing that out much better and separating that from the recommendation, this is where you need to skillfully manage your time. So these were my comments on all of the evaluators. Most of the evaluators were new. I really appreciate your attempt. Don't worry, somebody pushed me once upon a time, and that's how I reached here. So I respect our BPN's efforts to push you, and it's one push that will bring you one day to sit in my position right now. That's all from my side. And over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for the evaluation. I can add just small things. During my journey, I become a judge for 3-4 times. Sometimes the evaluators go ahead with the story, and they forget to evaluate the speech itself. So they go, for example, if the story is good, they go, no, you should make like that. This is not your work. Your work is to evaluate the speech, and not for the speaker. It is for evaluate the judges. It is for you to convince the judges that you are the best evaluator. Am I right, Toastmaster Vivek?
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Toastmaster. That's something that judges look for. They're looking for how you have positively impacted that particular speech. And you stay
Yes,
to the topic.
this is what I see. Even sometime there was an evaluator. He was very good, but he take 1 minute for greeting the judges and the speaker because he know him. So he lost 1 minute for only greeting. Then he ran out of the time. So you should make your introduction very small, and you use the other time for evaluating the speech itself. That's all from my side for the evaluators. The meeting started on time. Most of the role players are there, and the changes already announced by our VBE. The meeting was very good, and it's time to go back to our master of ceremony. Toastmaster Zahra, go back.
Toastmaster Ahmad.
Yes.
What about functionaries report?
Sorry, I forget about him.
Counter and timer.
Can I have the report of, because we hear from Toastmaster Mohammed, now it's time to hear from our counter, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdullah.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the Toastmaster, and honorable guest. Good morning again. Actually, I am delightful that I have report to say, but unfortunately, our goal, or we are aiming that we should eliminate the crutch word, the fillers. So I am confused, happy for the reports and unhappy that the more you speech, the more you get used like a and m. And the hero of our meeting is Vivek, Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for such a wonderful workshop and feedback. And you are the hero of the crush word. Be careful about using so, and you have all right, you know, sometimes. Actually, the most or the common filler word you use, all right, so. For the feedback, you used too much, or more than, let's say, more than 10 times. And I will go quickly for each speaker. Zahra Jaafar, you have 3 4 okay, 4 so, and 3 times, now 2 times. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdel Nabi, you have 9 times well 1 time, so 2 times, and 4 times. Mahmood Jalal, you have 2 3 so, 4 and, you know 1 time. Master Ruqayya, 8 times 3 times like, 1 2 but, and 4 times. Ala, Toastmaster Ala Madan, 10 times 2 times like, 1 time well, 4 times so, and 2 times. Yusuf, you have 1 okay, 1 well, 1 so, 1 but, 1 and. Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Mullah, our general evaluator, be careful about the you use it more than 10 times. And so 6 times. Toastmaster Muhammad bin Nasser, 5 times 5 so, 6 times and 1 Arabic word, mashallah. Toastmaster Nasser Asad, 6 times 3 times and. Zahra Jaafar, our MC, during the evaluation, you have 7 times 2 but, 2 and. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdel Nabi, during the evaluation, 10 times 3 times so, 1 and finally, this is my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaafar, for the detailed report present. And let us hear from our grammarian today, Toastmaster Nasser. Toastmaster Nasser.
General evaluator, Toastmasters, and respectful guests. Good morning again. This is my grammarian report. The word of the day, delight or delighted or delightful, was used 2 times by Toastmaster Jaafar and 1 time by our Toastmaster of the day, Zahra Jaafar, also 1 time. And the good usages of English, Toastmaster Vivek put a sentence, this is the reciprocity between giving and taking, between the speaker and the evaluator, to encourage, evaluate, and elevate and evaluate. That's the steps or evaluations. Now, the bridging in with the beauty, he was upset with my dishonesty and lack of integrity. That was Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. I graduated from the top university, so they have to listen to me. And the evaluations, and one of the evaluations, bring the characters alive in your variations, or in the voice variation. The development part, first of all, I would like to go for general remarks, the pronunciation. This is a challenge. I always mentioned actually last year, and I will mention this time. The aim for pronunciation is to speak English without being recognized as a person, a non-speaking person, an English person. So it's difficult, okay? But this is the challenge. For pronunciation challenge, I mentioned it again, is to speak in a pronunciation that you cannot be recognized as a non-English speaking person. This is the challenge. I think STC can do it. We can do it, actually. Grammar development also. Some verbs are, for example, instead of using to calculate time, to keep track of time or to track time. And if the communicator if the communicator speaks for less than a minute, he or she will be excluded, and the proper word is disqualified. I kept giving reasons after reasons, and I kept giving valid reasons. That's what I mentioned in my evaluation for Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal. I think it should be invalid reasons, because you're talking about the reflection upon the client. And STC, you are the best, and I think that you can really do it. Take the challenge for granted, and inshallah we will be better. Thank you very much. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nasser, for your report. Now it's time to go back for our Master of Ceremony. Going back to you, Toastmaster Zahra.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ahmed Abdul Rida. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Nabi?
Yes.
What about table topic session?
It will be cancelled, خلاص.
Okay. There is a time to show some slides.
Actually, the time is finished.
Okay.
I think, sorry for interruption, we have to propose the cancellation of the table topic, right?
We generally do that when we actually, the whole club sort of accepts the agenda in the first place, right? We put it up for adoption with the changes, and once the club votes on it, then if any change or something happens, we put a vote for it. If we did not even adopt the agenda in the first place, then making the changes, it doesn't really compute.
So can we propose for 5 minutes more? Can I raise a motion for 5 minutes more?
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaafar. So,
I will second it, as usual.
There is second by Toastmaster Nasser. So let's continue. Did you finish, Toastmaster Zahra?
Yes, I'm concluding.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to thank all of you, fellow members, guests, and special thanks to my sweet mentor and to the VP Education for giving me this opportunity to MC this meeting. And finally, I hand the stage over to the Presiding Officer of the day. Thank you very much, and keep smiling.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra, because it's Toastmaster Fadda left for emergency. So I will close the meeting. Thank you very much for our Master of Ceremony for her great job. Thank you for Toastmaster Vivek for his nice and wonderful workshop. Thank you for our General Evaluator today. Thank you for all the participants, all the evaluators. Thank you for our test speaker, our guest. Thank you for attending with us. If there is any guest want to share his experience today, or I will.
Can we take a photo? Can everyone come online, show their face, give the smile what Zahra Jaafar was speaking about, and put up a thumbs up so that we can take a picture? Everyone, come on, Mahmood, Mr. M. Mr. M is not here. All right, fine. Jaafar.
Okay.
One moment, please.
1 minute, 1 minute. I'm here.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much for everybody. and I adjourn meeting number 380.
سلخت الطاولة.
Before I leave, I want to say to Toastmaster Nasruddin Assad, Toastmaster Nasruddin Assad, your background is killing me. Now I want to go
Thank
and
you.
take some
I've done
tea.
that for purpose. Yeah.
I want chai shangin. I want to go and take some tea right now.
Oh yeah, I know. I can read your thoughts, though. That's right.
And thank you very much.
It's good. It's good he only did that. He didn't bring McDonald's and Hardee's and everything, the rest of them, one after the other.
Now I'm running.
They might, they may pay him, you know, for advertising. Please advertise this thing, BD 3.5, BD 2.5.
Master Jafar.
Yes, my friend.
Is your workshop ready for next week?
I will prepare myself. Since you said go ahead, I will go.
What is the workshop about?
Toastmaster Muhammad.
Able topic.
Yes, Master Mahmood.